Nice today.
We've talked about the energy on the defense and all that, but the offense is showing some energy on their part too in this practice.
We're excited. It's been going good. Good chance to work with the young kids. It's been really nice. Nick's in here, so it's been kind of whirlwind for him.
It look like Dak is playing more coach than he is quarterback these days.
What he needs to do. I mean, it's if you watch us, I'll give him the play, and I'll tell him to go coach Nick. So that's part of it. Hopefully, we can keep that progress going.
Is he 100% physically for practice?
Yes. We just got him coaching because we're working with all the young kids late, so he just goes and coaches.
What are your thoughts on Nick? I mean, this is a kid in high school this past week, and not only is he 18 years old, he's a kid that's been running the option out of high school, and now he's coming in and having to learn that spread a little bit.
We knew a lot about Nick from camp, and we're very excited to have him. He's got a lot of ability. He can throw the football and he can run. So there's two things he can really do really well. Again, he's picking it up. It's remarkable how well he's been picking it up. Still a little, protections are a big change for kids coming out of high school. But getting the plays down so he'll be that much farther ahead when he gets here.
Seeing as much as you've seen from Dak this season, he's got a lot of playing time. What makes him a special quarterback?
Well, when he's your leading rusher, and and he's a guy that gets it in the end zone all the time, that has a tendency to people gravitate to that. He's doing things right. He's making plays. We try to put our kids in the best position to make plays, and they're going to have to make plays, either one-on-one. Sometimes schematically, you can put them in a position where you might have them uncovered maybe one time, but defenses are so good in our league that doesn't happen very often. They're going to have to make plays.
How are you scripting it now between Damian and Nick, and then getting it and still keeping Dak out there a little bit snap at this point of camp?
First 16 periods we're working all our kids, and then the last part of practice we work the young kids and scrimmage them so that they can get some full speed reps. They haven't had the reps that those older guys have had. Those older guys have gone through a whole season getting beat up pretty good, and now all of a sudden they get a chance to coach the younger guys. We're doing the same thing, so they get to coach them a little bit, and it's pretty fun.
You got so many guys coming back last for next year. How critical are these practices? Like
Very
always, the cliche is that these are always critical, but
it's really a tribute to your program and your kids because they get used to working more. You get those extra days, and I think that's so critical. Look, Nick was in high school, and now all of a sudden he gets to come in and learn plays and go through meetings and get actual reps on the field. Damian gets more reps. I mean, we force-fed him this year immensely, and he grasped it really well. But again, as we keep going and getting those reps more and more and more, it's going to make you better and better and better.
Have you liked what you've seen from Gabe Miles, a wide receiver?
I sure have. I tell you, he's been impressive. He's got really great feet, comes in and out of a break really quick, catches the ball really well. It's natural. He doesn't fight the ball at all.
I think we had a shocking moment today when Jamian dropped a pass because he's been so good these days.
Sure. I mean, again, those guys have been playing for a pretty good time now. I can remember when we had this conversation with Jamian a long time ago, and those younger guys are starting to step up, so it's really good for them.
whether it's Robinson or it's Perk, what do you like with those two backs working with Shumpert? It always seems like he's working with another back. You get both of them on the field at the same time.
Always good when you get those guys on the field. And, we've endured some injuries back there, too. I mean, we've had some people beat up, so, it's great to create depth, too.
Has these practices kind of been the first time Dak's been able to kind of get back in it since kind of the Ole Miss game? Because there wasn't much. I mean, how much was he able to do?
Since the Ole Miss game, there was two practices for the Ole Miss game. There's been a lot of meeting time with Dak. I mean, we went in the meeting room, went over and over and over and over again, tried to put him through, isolate what's going on. He stayed so in tune in practice. He was always there in practice. He was always watching. He was going through stuff mentally. We had him behind the huddle, repping the reps he could with his arm the way it was, and it paid off for him at the end.
What's kind of the offseason been like for you? It seems like every day there's a new honor kind of in your name or whatever it is. What's that kind of been like for you?
I mean, it's been good, just, accepting everything and, being grateful for everything. So, I'm happy for it, really.
You've been obviously for 5 years and some different quarterbacks. How is Dak different from some other quarterbacks that you've kind of played?
I guess his style, I mean, he can run and throw the ball more. I guess I compare a little bit to Ref or whatever. He have a better arm, so he just have a different style of play than everybody else.
Let's talk about the kind of team gravitating towards him. He's just kind of got this something about him. Do you kind of realize that, and what is that like?
From one, I mean, he's a great leader, and no matter how far up or how far down we are, he always pushing us to do better, and I was encouraging us on the sideline. He's like, come on, let's put a drive together. So I mean, he's a great guy, great leader, and he works hard in everything he do. So I mean, who wouldn't want to play hard for him?
So I'm watching you guys do individual one-on-ones today and doing that initial punch, and I saw 50 straight guys do it, and Coach Hevesy just chewed every one of them out. How is it possible that nobody did the drill right? Like I'm looking at this going, somebody did the drill right.
I mean, for one, it's hard, it's a defensive line drill, but he strives for perfection, and he accepts nothing less than that. So he wants to be perfect. I mean, it's hard to do, but that's what he strives for.
In your 4 years, have you ever looked at him and goes, "Look, I know I did the drill right. You just yapping. Like you just."
I just be quiet and just whatever he say. If it's right, I'm like, okay, it's right. If it's wrong, I just try to correct it.
Gabe, after the bowl game, obviously you'll have the NFL combines and all that coming up. A lot of guys here lately that have been in your shoes before have decided to stay back here and train with so they get just as much there as they could going off. What's kind of your plans? You plan to stay right here next semester and train with him and prepare that way?
I mean, I plan on staying there most of the time, training with him, and just a couple times a month, just go to other places and do a few things with different people.
Have you allowed yourself to kind of think that far ahead yet? Or?
Not really. I still have another game left,
What are your impressions of some of these redshirt linemen that redshirted this past year?
So what
are some of your impressions of some of these young linemen like Jake Thomas and Ken Flowers, some of those guys?
They're gonna be good, man. They've been taking coaches pretty good, and you can tell the potential they have. They just keep working at it every day. They're gonna be great players.
Oh yeah. We got to have every point we can get because this is the SEC, and it's a very demanding conference. So you just gotta do what you gotta do.
How much routine has this become for you guys? That's all people in your class and the one above. That's all y'all have known is regular season, bowl practice, bowl.
Yeah, we started tradition here. We think we're gonna make a bigger tradition next year to a national championship. So it's exciting to see. So we'll see how it plays out next year.
Seems like a lot more energy and enthusiasm in bowl practice compared to last year. Would you say that?
We have a very young team. We have a very young team that's very hungry. So this bowl prep and the bowl game gonna show you how powerful it's gonna be next year.
How much did these bowl practices help you when the first 2 years when you were here, when you first get those first opportunities out there?
Oh, they help you tremendously. They help you just visualize as you in the game, as you go through your progress and just fit in and see how you fit, see how you compare to other people around the SEC. So that's very beneficial to the young guys.
Does that kind of let you know that you've made it since you're not getting a whole lot of
reps? Yes, they let you know that you're a vet. You're a vet, and now I'm trying to be like Coach Knotts a little bit, trying to coach up these young players and teach them what I know.
Talk about coaching up Ashton, because sometimes you were there to be out there with him and in the dual backfield there.
It's a trend. It came from, when I came, it was from Vic to Perk, now it's for me. So, Perk taught me a lot, and Vic taught Perk. So, it's all the trend, so that's what we're doing, just bringing it down.
What do you think of the new quarterback?
Oh, I like him. Although he haven't got no time at all. He's fresh out of high school, no life. I don't know why he did that, but I'm glad he's here.
Could you imagine having done that, jump to high school, and 3 days later being?
I don't think I would have done that. I need a little break from football, but that's what he wants. He's gonna be a great quarterback in the future. I can already tell.